Warcraft 3 originally released in 2002, but a remastered and updated version was released in 2020 called Warcraft 3 Reforged. It currently retails for $30 but it was recently made available on Xbox Game Pass for PC, which is where I played it. So, is Warcraft 3 Reforged worth playing? This review is going to answer that question. But first, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Look, if you watch anything online to do with Warcraft 3 Reforged since its release, you're probably already going to know what I'm going to say. No, Reforged isn't worth playing. It's not worth $30 and unless you already have Game Pass, I wouldn't get a subscription just for Reforged. This is, at the end of the day, a nearly 25-year-old game with a facelift. Worse than that, it's not as good as the original release. It's missing things like ranked ladder, and its custom games are now exclusively owned by Blizzard. But this review isn't going to do a deep dive into that. It's going to be strictly about, is Reforged worth buying at its current price or playing on Game Pass for free? And to do that, I'm going to talk about the things that I noticed immediately. First, the game doesn't run very good. I don't have a super high-end PC, my graphics card is a 5700 XT, and my CPU is a 7600X. So I would rate it as middle of the road. But Reforged came out 5 years ago, and it's based on a nearly 25-year-old game, so you would think that it would run fine. But right off the bat, there's a strong mouse lag. It's like half a step slower and more unresponsive than you would expect, and Blizzard knows it's there because there's an option to reduce it, but at the cost of FPS. But reducing your mouse lag doesn't eliminate it completely, and I found that it was there my entire playthrough. The second thing I noticed right away is that it's hard to see what's going on in Reforged. Part of it is how close everything is to your screen, and when you pull back, you get this haze that obscures your view. But it's also in how they increase the detail of the terrain, which means everything is sort of just blocking your units. It can be really hard to tell who is who, especially when they're all clumped together in an army. The thing about the original's landscapes were that the fact that it looked good enough to be interesting, but bland enough to not distract you from your army and your buildings. But everything in Reforged is trying to draw your attention in, and it's terrible. It took me a long time to tell buildings apart, and I still can't focus on an individual unit and tell what it is unless I zoom right into it. Then there are the cutscenes, which they haven't touched at all, and the in-game cinematics, which are still just character models talking to each other without moving. Honestly, you can just play the original and forget about Reforged and not miss anything. It's too bad that Reforged just devoured the original, and you can't even get it anymore from the online stores. There's an option to revert everything back to the original in Reforged, but it doesn't fix the underlying problems there. Unlike Warcraft 1 and 2, where I could see the benefit and need for a remaster, Warcraft 3 was fine as it was. But if Blizzard was going to do a cheap cash grab, they should have just added a toggle button to switch between the enhanced graphics and left it at that. So to answer the question, is Warcraft 3 Reforged worth playing? In my opinion, no, it's not. Not for $30 and not even on Game Pass for free. I'm the Casual Console Gamer, and I'll see you on the next review, where I jump back into console gaming by checking out The Alters on Xbox Game Pass.